The heist, the $100 million heist that we told you about. It had diamonds, gold, rubies, emeralds stolen in the largest U.S. jewelry heist in history. They've made an arrest.
What?
Yeah. 7 Southern California men charged in connection with what federal prosecutors described as the largest jewelry heist in U.S. history. All of those people are from the L.A. area. They're accused of stealing roughly $100 million in gold, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and luxury watches from an armored car. It was July of 2022. We reported on it. I love a heist. I love a caper. Not saying it's right, but the one thing I liked about the caper was that nobody got hurt. They were indicted, though, yesterday. 2 counts of conspiracy to commit theft. The defendants range in age from the 30s to 60. 5 of the men also charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to interfere with commerce by robbery, etc. Anyway, there's a crack in that case, and I think there's more information to come on that.
It's the largest U.S. jewelry heist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still wonder about an armored car vehicle stopping. Apparently, they trailed this armored car from this jewelry show in San Mateo, which is in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, all the way down to this place called Lebec, where there was like a truck stop, a rest stop. And so one of them, it's a 2-man crew in the armored car, goes into, get something to eat, go to the bathroom, whatever, and the other is in the truck and apparently fell asleep while these guys broke into the truck and took all the jewels. So what I'm saying is, I don't know, just seems like you might wake up if people are breaking into the back of your truck. There might be an alarm. I'm surprised there wasn't. I think there's more to this than, gosh, I just fell asleep and I guess they got the 100 million. Really? I think there's another shoe to drop on this. So now that they've made these arrests, we'll see if indeed it does drop. Trump's pardon spree, saving criminals up to $1 billion in restitution and fines.
Well, that's so nice of him.
Yeah, his executive clemency has freed its beneficiaries from debts that were owed to victims and also the U.S. government. Apparently, Jamie Raskin's crew on the House Judiciary Committee tallied up what the pardon recipients still owed the government and their victims. The biggest sums were owed by Trump campaign donors convicted of federal financial crimes. These are white-collar criminals. Not only has President Trump issued an unprecedented number of pardons in his second term, he's used his clemency powers to take an estimated $1.3 billion away from victims and survivors of crime, allowing perpetrators to keep profiting from their crimes, a sharp break from established practice. So, all of you who skated, congratulations. You got off the hook for some major money. The Justice Department is asking for an investigation of New York school. Listen to this. New York State education officials might face a U.S. Justice Department investigation into potential Title VI of the Civil Rights Act violations related to a public school's chosen mascot.
What?
The U.S. Department of Education announcing it has asked the DOJ to investigate the New York State Department of Education and Board of Regents for banning Massapequa, New York's high school mascot, which is the Chiefs. The mascot refers to the tribe that formerly occupied New York's Long Island. Both the New York State Department of Education, this is a quote, and the Board of Regents violated federal anti-discrimination law and disrespected the people of Massapequa by implementing an absurd policy prohibiting the use of Native American mascots while allowing mascots derived from European national origin to exist. That's what the Education Secretary Linda McMahon said. So, of course, they were eliminating the Chiefs because it was cultural appropriation, this kind of thing. But
apparently that goes against the Constitution because we can have other types of white-related mascot names, and we're now not able to have the Native American mascot names?
Yes. Apparently that is the new position.
This is a reverse argument. Okay.
Trump's use of the military in LA is unprecedented. It could just be the beginning. The DOJ arguing that Donald Trump has the power to take control of the state National Guard units wherever he wants. It is a preview of what could happen in cities across the United States. The brazen assertion of presidential power, as is noted here, shows just how far the Trump administration is going to empower this president and hints at what the president might do next. Joseph Nunn, who is a counsel at the Brennan Center of Liberty and National Security, focusing on the U.S. military's domestic activities, says that after the administration had offered, quote, an unbelievably maximalist position on Trump's authority to use the military domestically, he said it's, quote, completely incompatible with American civic traditions. The deployment of thousands of National Guard troops and hundreds of Marines in California, just the latest example of Donald Trump working to erode a long-standing tradition that keeps the military from being used for domestic law enforcement. And finally, the man arrested in the hit and run that injured the No Kings protester in Riverside, California, just outside of Los Angeles, he has been arrested. According to police, a black SUV drove into the crowd, struck a young woman before fleeing the scene, and video posted online showed the moment that this happened. He turned sharply into the demonstrators and accelerated, hitting at least one person before driving off. Using the SUV's license plate, robbery homicide detectives identified the driver, 50-year-old Russell Prentice of Riverside. He was arrested and booked into the Robert Presley Detention Center in Riverside, where he awaits charges for assault with a deadly weapon and hit and run. That is Law and Disorder.
Tune in again next time for more Law and Disorder on The Mark Thompson Show.
All right, that's it. Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out there.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.